Cheryl Bearsley, Natlaywasten, Damdenusli. My name is Cheryl Bear, and I'm from Natlaywaten First Nation, which is located in central BC. And now for the invocation. God of the long road, the Aramaic wanderer, a pilgrim of many paths, faithful companion of migrant people throughout history, climbing the walls of indifference, overcoming the barriers of discrimination, guiding all people into spaces of dignity, of justice, of fullness of life. In this time, when so many people are on the move, searching for justice, searching for reconciliation, searching for home, finding barriers and obstacles steeped in prejudice, hatred, and insecurity, creating discouragement and hopelessness. Walk among us. Be present with us in this time of prayer and reflection. Renew in us a commitment to walk alongside those on the move. Give us hearts alight with your compassion and empathy. Inspire us to embrace the reality of the prophetic voice that can guide us in concrete actions to announce that a new world, steeped in your freedom and peace, is possible.
God welcomes all. We're at God's house. God gives us peace and embraces our lives. God welcomes all. We're at God's house. God gives us peace and embraces our lives. God welcomes all. We're at God's house. God gives us peace and embraces our lives. God welcomes all. We're at God's house. God gives us peace and embraces our lives.
Blessed are you who consider the poor, for you are delivered in the day of trouble. The one who knows all hearts protects you and renews your life. You are called blessed in the land. You are not beset by fear, for the heart of your heart will sustain you. In illness you will find comfort and healing. You, God, have upheld me, filled me with integrity, and opened my heart to the poor.
Good. We should introduce ourselves. I'm Lawrence, and this is my friend Jeanette, and we come out of Grandview Calvary Church in Vancouver. And this song that we are singing comes out of our church. It's called All Earth Brims and inspired by Psalm 72. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Be like fresh cut grass, quenched with drops of rain. Be like showers, watering the earth. Let righteousness release in the blossom. Let the desperate know their cries are heard. Sing that again. Be like fresh cut grass, quenched with drops of rain. Be like showers, watering the earth. Let righteousness release into blossom. Let the desperate know their cries are heard. All earth brims with the blaze of God's glory. Let the people confess
A reading from the book of Revelations, chapter 21. I heard a loud voice from the throne, saying, "Look, God's dwelling place is now among the people, and he will dwell with them, and they will be his people, and God himself will be with them, and be their God. God will wipe every tear from their eyes. There will be no more death, or mourning, or crying, or pain. For the old order of things has passed away." I did not see a temple in the city, because the Lord God Almighty and the Lamb are its temple. The city does not need the sun or the moon to shine on it, for the glory of the Lord gives its light, and the Lamb is its lamp. The nations will walk by its light, and the kings of the earth will bring their splendor into it. On no day will its gates ever be shut, for there will be no night there. The glory and honor of the nations will be brought into it. Nothing impure will ever enter it, nor will anyone who does what is shameful or deceitful, but only those whose names are written in the Lamb's book of life.
The theme that is gathering us in these Baptist for Peace encounters is the barriers, those obstacles which prevent people or prevent us from moving. But the theme also states that in spite of the barriers, whatever these might be, people move anyway. That being said, what are we talking about when we speak of barriers? Maybe some of those barriers are clear and evident. The walls that divide frontiers, the wide fences which separate one neighborhood from another, the impossibility of obtaining visas or the possibility of reaching the refugee status to be able to get into a safe country. These days, the sanitary barriers, which prevent us even from moving from our own cities into a neighboring city. But I would like to invite you to think at this time of all the barriers which paralyze us or prevent us and our faith communities from moving forward into the land of justice and plenitude that the Bible text reflects. Physical, social, emotional, ideological barriers, barriers that have to do with political, cultural, or family choices. For this, I would like to invite you to take a piece of paper and to draw in it a wall, maybe the most traditional barrier that we have faced in the last decades. Then, I'm going to ask you to name your own barriers. We can write down as many as we want. Something like this. Your personal barriers, fears, the economy, etc. You can have your own. What we will be doing is what the author of the Revelation did, to name the beasts which threaten the dignity and worth of life, the beasts that infringe upon God's liberating project. Let's give a name to the bricks in our walls, to our fears, to our threats, to our beasts. Identifying our barriers is an essential step to then be able to move beyond them. If we don't know which barriers we are talking about, it will be difficult to move beyond them. The author or authors of the Revelation help us in this process of discernment to identify the threats, the barriers, the beasts, and the false prophets. Maybe you can give yourself some time after this devotional to show your walls and name your own barriers and make them visible to each other. They can certainly be many, and they may seem overwhelming or unbeatable. But the book of Revelation is not written from the perspective of despair or anguish because of the size or power of the beasts. It is written from the perspective of hope in the ability of the daughters and sons of God who are faithful to Jesus, the life, to resist and move forward until all beasts are defeated by the power of love. This new city, that new land, is nothing but the land transformed by the presence of God, walking in it. And there will be no fears, no walls, no barriers, and the people will be able to move freely because the doors will always be open and a permanent light will remove all fears and all evil.
We are people moving together from all ages and different cultures. People standing for peace with justice, moving in full hope for dignity. We are walking this path with Jesus to a better and a new world. Beyond race, religion, gender, we are building community. Más allá de las barreras, somos pueblo movimiento. We're people moving beyond the barriers, beyond the limits, beyond the borders, beyond all fear. Más allá de las barreras, somos pueblo movimiento. We're people moving beyond the barriers, beyond the limits, beyond the borders, beyond all fear.
Somos pueblos buscando abrazos que alivianen tantos dolores, los desprecios y los olvidos, cantando vamos con fe y valor. Estos rumbos de resistencia a vencer por la libertad, superando injusticias, Dios nos guía y no hay temor.
Más allá de las barreras, somos pueblo movimiento. We're people moving beyond the barriers, beyond the limits, beyond the borders, beyond all fear. Más allá de las barreras, somos pueblo movimiento. We're people moving beyond the barriers, beyond the limits, beyond the borders, beyond all fear.
God of the long road, look on us with tenderness and bless us, so that we can be salt and light in our everyday journeys, in our everyday actions, in our everyday encounters with all your beloved people. Infuse us with passion that can only come from your Spirit, to live into your mission to bring good news to the poor, proclaim prisoners will be released, the blind will see, and the oppressed will know release from their bondage. Because God's time is here. Amen.
You are the light of the world. Remember, you're the light. You are the light of the world. Remember, you're the light, the salt of the earth, as Jesus always said. The salt of the earth, as Jesus always said. You are the light of the world. Remember, you're the light. You are the light of the world. Remember, you're the light, the salt of the earth, as Jesus always said. The salt of the earth, as Jesus always said. You are the light of the world. Remember, you're the light. You are the light of the world. Remember, you're the light, the salt of the earth, as Jesus always said. The salt of the earth, as Jesus always said. You are the light of the world. Remember, you're the light. You are the light of the world. Remember, you're the light, the salt of the earth, as Jesus always said. The salt